Hi, my name is Brandon Kiefer, and I'm here to discuss the question today, is the Bible historically accurate? As a teacher, I think this is a really important question for us to ask, and I think it's really important how we answer it, because our answer to this question will really guide the way that we read lots of different stories in the Bible. So first off, I want to establish that there are different types of stories in the Bible. There's tons of different books that reference different things and that are about different things. We have some stories that are meant to be read as historically accurate, and it's really important. We have some books that are books of poetry. We have some books that are meant to be read for their symbolism. We have other books that kind of blend the two. However, it's important to know this when we go to read a book. Because that will change really our answer to whether or not it is important that it's historically accurate. So it really depends on what kind of story we're looking at. For example, the life of Jesus and the existence of the early church is one that we can really point to as being pretty historically accurate. And the reason that we can do so is not only do we have multiple sources within the Bible that confirm those facts, but we also have sources outside of the Bible that talk about that, which is really important in establishing whether or not a historical event is accurate. And that goes for really any event in our lives. If more than one person is saying something, it is more than likely that it's true. And this is true for the Bible as well. So for lots of the early church, we have references in the Bible to what's happening and outside. There's a Roman historian whose name is Josephus, and he talks a lot about what was happening with early Christians. And we can point to that as being something that helps confirm our understanding of what's happening in the Bible. The second type of story that I want to discuss that kind of falls into a different category are those that are true regardless of whether or not they've happened, or stories that are simply meant to be stories that show us something true about humans. For that, I want to reference the story of Job. We really don't have any other accounts of a guy named Job other than in the Bible that really help us understand who Job is. So we really can't say with any degree of accuracy when the story of Job happened. They don't give a particular time frame within the story, and that's okay. The story of Job is more about how we respond to adversities in life and how we kind of cope with things that we might not understand. And that's true across all time frames, and that's true across any different historical place or time. So when we look at a story like that, it doesn't really have to have a particular historical place where it happened for us to understand that it's true. So that's an example of when maybe we can't say with 100% accuracy that a certain event happened, but we can still know that it's really important for us. So the Bible is filled with all of these different types of stories. And just because some may not have a historical place and time that we can put them in, doesn't mean that they're not important. And when the ones that we do know have historical places and times, and that we know that those are accurate, those are also important as well. And it's always really key for us to know that these stories, whether or not we can find when they happened or where they happened, that they are true. And they do have meaning in our lives outside of whether or not they're telling us about real events or events that we can date, or whether they're telling us about stories and symbols and things like that. So that's my answer to whether or not the Bible is historically accurate. I hope that helped, and I hope that you have a great day.